In the complex and interwoven world of the young and the restless, relationships are always at the center of the drama. Now, Sally Spectre is slowly opening up to Billy Abbott, but is this decision a mistake? What is happening around them seems to signal an uncertain future, with countless obstacles and unexpected traps waiting. Sally and Billy, an ambiguous beginning. Sally gradually realizes the attraction to Billy. With his charm and skillful flirting, Billy attracts her, but behind that are doubts about whether he is the right man for her. Billy Abbott is known for his intense desires and unpredictable stubbornness. Once Billy sets his mind on something, he is often so obsessed with it that he forgets everything around him, including the people he loves. Currently, the top goal in Billy's mind is revenge on Victor Newman. This all-consuming desire makes him easily neglect his personal relationships. This could create a huge hole in his budding relationship with Sally. Sally not only needs attention, but also needs someone who can provide a sense of security and stability. If Billy continues to let his mind be dominated by his plan to get revenge on Victor, he could lose Sally before he realizes his mistake. The return of Phyllis Summers and new risks. Another factor that could destroy this relationship is Phyllis Summers. Phyllis and Billy have a tumultuous but equally intense history. Even though they have broken up, the romantic spark between the two can flare up at any time. If Billy and Phyllis are drawn to each other again, Sally will have no choice but to step out of Billy's life. Phyllis' presence not only threatens Sally's feelings, but also highlights a reality: Billy doesn't seem ready to put Sally first. If he continues to stray into selfish desires or returns to Phyllis' arms, Sally will be at a crossroads in her search for a new partner. Sally and new romantic options. When one door closes, another may open. If Billy really lets Sally down, she may find a new relationship in an unexpected place. Some potential candidates in Sally's life include Nate Hastings and Daniel Romalotti. Nate Hastings, an unexpected choice. Nate is currently in a relationship with Audra Charles, but nothing is certain in the world of the young and the restless. If Nate and Audra face insurmountable challenges, Sally could be the one to comfort and encourage Nate. This could bring the two closer together, creating an exciting new romance. However, if that happens, Sally will have to deal with Audra's jealousy, turning the two friends into enemies. Daniel Romalotti, the man in search of healing. Daniel is another potential partner for Sally. After the shock of losing Heather, Daniel is still grieving and not ready to move on, but time heals all, and when Daniel decides to look for love again, Sally could be the one to give him new hope. Both have been through trauma, and it is their empathy that could be a solid foundation for a long-term relationship. Damian Winters, a potential element. In addition to Nate and Daniel, Damian Winters, Nate's half-brother, could also be a potential candidate for Sally. Damian is not only a strong character but also has a mysterious charm. While there have been rumors that Damian and Lily Winters could be a couple, nothing is certain. If Damian were to enter Sally's life, he could bring a whole new twist to her story. Whatever Sally chooses, she is a strong-willed character. She has proven that she can overcome great challenges and is always willing to find happiness, even if it means leaving people who don't deserve her love. If Billy can't meet her expectations, Sally has every right to move on and find someone who makes her feel whole. The Young and the Restless has never been short of complicated and surprising love stories. Sally and Billy's relationship could soon face some major challenges. Will Billy overcome his own desires to cherish Sally? Or will Sally find new love, with Nate, Daniel, or even Damian? All will be answered in time, but what's certain is that Sally's journey will always be a notable highlight in the film. Sally sat alone in her office, staring out the window. Her mind was filled with thoughts of Billy Abbott. Billy had made her heart race, but he had also sent out warning signs. The intense attraction between them seemed to be insufficient to overshadow her doubts. Billy was a man of mystery, but something in his eyes revealed that he was more obsessed with revenge than with a genuine desire to build a lasting relationship. Meanwhile, Billy was sitting in a bar, a drink in his hand, his only friend who understood him. His eyes were brooding as he thought about his plan to get revenge on Victor Newman, a plan he had mapped out in his head. Billy knew that this plan would destroy his budding relationship with Sally, but his bitterness overcame his reason. "She'll understand," Billy muttered, as if to convince himself. But deep down, he knows he's putting Sally in an unfair position. Things get more complicated when Phyllis Summers, who has a troubled past with Billy, shows up at the bar. She sits down next to him, flashing her familiar smile. Billy, you haven't changed, have you? Always letting revenge rule your life. Phyllis leans toward him, her voice a mixture of challenge and seduction. But maybe, I like that about you. Billy feels his heart waver. Part of him still can't forget the intense feelings he and Phyllis once shared. The two continue to talk, unaware that their relationship is slowly crossing the old line. The sparks between Billy and Phyllis can't be hidden, and a dangerous wave of emotions is rolling in. Meanwhile, Sally begins to feel Billy's distance. Rumors of a return to intimacy between Billy and Phyllis begin to spread. Sally doesn't want to believe it, but deep down, she knows Billy isn't really into her. This disappointment pushes Sally closer to Nate Hastings, who has always been supportive of her work. Late one evening, when Nate walks into Sally's office to discuss a project, they have a long, deep conversation. Nate's stories and sincerity give Sally a sense of peace that Billy can't give her. However, the relationship is not smooth sailing. Audra Charles, Nate's partner and girlfriend, immediately notices the change. Audra is not the type to stand by and watch her relationship be threatened. The warnings are sent to Sally in a subtle but sharp way. Sally, I just want to remind you that Nate and I are a perfect team, and no one can interfere. In the meantime, Damien Winters appears in Genoa City. Damien, with his charming appearance and mysterious demeanor, quickly attracts Sally's attention. Damien is not like Billy or Nate, he is strong, decisive and clear in his emotions. Damien's concern for Sally is completely undisguised, and this makes her feel special. At a charity party, Damien offers to take Sally home, and in that moment, she feels the safety she has been searching for all this time. Billy, at this moment, realizes that his plan for revenge has not only made him lose Sally but also himself. When he sees Sally standing next to Damien, her smile brighter than ever, Billy suddenly realizes that he has made a mistake. But is it too late for him to save it? Subscribe to Yonder channel to update the latest news on our channel.